Do you ever break up while you're sitting off there? No, we're famous for that and messing up sound takes. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't chase after movie stars. Joel Coen just watches and waits, and when the right actor steps into the scene, something clicks. It's never loud, but it's final. Thank you, Scott Rudin, for bringing us this novel and giving us the chance to make the movie. For over 40 years, Joel Coen has created a world where weird things feel normal, and normal things become really weird. He's a director who likes everything perfect, with good timing, and stays calm. But behind the myth of the Coen's serious, emotionless movies, there's a quiet obsession. Finding the actor who understands their style, the one who gets the quiet moments, the ones who can tell a joke with just a look, the faces he goes back to again and again because they speak his language without needing any explanation. Joel doesn't build movies around loud drama. He builds them around stillness. He doesn't want big dramatic scenes. He wants actors with strong presence. Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Inside Llewyn Davis, The Big Lebowski. Every movie is like a perfect clock, but right at the center there's real human emotion. One single performance keeping all the craziness together. Coen doesn't just pick actors. He finds the right keys. Look at your heart. I'm breaking you! Don't shoot my dumb butt. And when someone fits the lock perfectly, the whole thing works beautifully. It's like magic. Too specific to fake. Too strange to forget. But is incredibly angry, which we found to, it's the way the character is written, and we found to be very amusing. He's worked with dozens of actors, but only a few stayed close. The ones who let him have control and got something even more powerful back. Here are the 6 actors Joel Coen keeps closest. Beyond fame, beyond the spotlight, and why no one else has ever replaced them. Number 1, Frances McDormand. Some actors perform. Frances McDormand just disappears into her roles. She wasn't just Joel Coen's inspiration. She was there before the beginning. Blood Simple, 1984, their first movie, his first main actress. And long before any Oscars, she'd already become the Coen's emotional blueprint. McDormand once said, "There's a shorthand between us. We don't need to explain anything. That isn't romantic. It's professional and precise. She never needed to try out for parts." Joel already knew how she thought, how she moved. He didn't cast her because she was his wife. He cast her because she was undeniable. Over many years, she's been at the heart of their wildest movies. Fargo, Raising Arizona, Burn After Reading, The Man Who Wasn't There. But it was Fargo that changed both their careers. Pregnant police chief Marge Gunderson, quirky, calm, scary good at her job. She won an Oscar. He barely gave her any direction. On set, Joel once told a crew member, "Fran doesn't need to be told where to look. She knows the whole shot." Their trust was unspoken. She didn't ask for backstory. He didn't offer extra fluff. Together they created characters that walked the line between real and weird. Flawed but never fake. Hi there. In The Man Who Wasn't There, she delivered long speeches with just a stare. Joel said watching her work was like watching someone knit backwards, pulling apart emotion one thread at a time. McDormand once joked, "Joel doesn't direct me. He just moves furniture out of my way." There's no big ego between them. No competition, just rhythm like jazz music. Tight, unpredictable, always in sync. Joel gave her complex, morally messy women characters. She gave him stillness that could hold chaos. No screaming, no big drama, just a look that tells a whole story. Some actors try to take over the camera. Frances just absorbs it. She's not just one of his favorites. She's the one who taught him what favorite means, and he's never looked anywhere else since. Number 2, John Turturro. Joel Coen doesn't explain performances, but with John Turturro, he doesn't need to. From Miller's Crossing to Barton Fink, The Big Lebowski, and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Turturro has been one of the Coens' most unpredictable tools. Nervous, arrogant, broken, brilliant, sometimes all at once. Turturro once said, "With Joel, the roles are never what they seem. You just have to jump off the cliff." He never auditioned in the normal way. When the Coens came to him for Miller's Crossing, they already knew. He wasn't playing a gangster. He was playing desperation in a trench coat. His look in your heart scene was so raw, Joel reportedly didn't say a word after the first take. Look at your heart. I'm breaking you! By Barton Fink, Joel wasn't directing. He was watching. Turturro had built the character in his bones. Paranoid, passive, drowning in noise. He won Best Actor at Cannes. Joel never took credit. Joel once said, "John plays men falling apart, but he does it like they don't even know they're breaking down." Their relationship was never loud. No showbiz praise, no press tour bonding, just script, performance, silence. Turturro understood the Coen style game. The weird played straight, comedy buried in pain. He doesn't overact. He leans in. In The Big Lebowski, he only appeared for 5 minutes. But Jesus Quintana became a cult legend. A small part turned mythic with rhythm, menace, and twisted charm. It wasn't about screen time, it was about screen gravity. Years later, Turturro thought back, they write like musicians. You have to hit the rhythm or it breaks the whole scene. He's never been the Coen star, but he's something more exact. An actor who disappears into the gears of their movies and keeps them turning. Some actors light up the screen. Turturro haunts it. And Joel keeps calling him back because no one else plays those shadows like he can. Number 3, Josh Brolin. Some actors chase a big break. Josh Brolin walked right through it and never looked back. But when the Coens cast him in No Country for Old Men, it wasn't a sure thing. He wasn't the studio's first choice. He wasn't even on the short list. But Brolin had something they couldn't ignore. Stillness, strength, and a kind of restraint that didn't need to prove itself. Brolin once said, "The Coens didn't tell me what to do. They trusted me to not do anything." That kind of direction only works when there's real faith. Joel had never worked with Brolin before, but within days he knew this wasn't a performance. It was a presence. He played Llewellyn Moss like a man trying to stay invisible, half prey, half predator. No grand speeches, no breakdowns, just pure survival instinct. The Coens let the silence speak, and Brolin filled it with weight. On set, Joel once said, "Josh listens harder than most actors speak. That's why his silences work." What followed wasn't just a career comeback. It was a new chapter. After No Country, Brolin became a fixture in modern movies, Milk, True Grit. But his bond with the Coens stayed unique. In Hail Caesar, they cast him as a Hollywood fixer, a man juggling chaos with total control. Again, Brolin played it straight, even when the world around him spun into comedy. That's the trick. In a Coen movie, the actors can't wink, and Brolin never does. Thinking back on their work together, Brolin once said, "Joel never raises his voice, but when he laughs, you know you're getting it right. He doesn't take over the frame. He holds it steady." And for Joel Coen, that quiet confidence, that ability to carry chaos without leaning into it, is what makes Josh Brolin unforgettable. Not flashy, not loud, just solid. And sometimes that's the rarest thing you can be. Number 4, George Clooney. To most directors, George Clooney is a leading man. To Joel Coen, he's a walking contradiction. Their first work together was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? A dusty, weird adventure where Clooney played a fast-talking, hair-obsessed runaway prisoner. It was absurd. It was brilliant. And it was the beginning of something very specific. Joel once said, "George plays stupid better than anyone we've ever worked with." But it wasn't an insult. It was insight. Clooney's comedy skills were sharper than anyone expected. His charm used as a weapon, his timing surgical. Joel and Ethan knew they could hand him something bizarre, and he'd make it feel real. Well, that right there may be the reason you've had difficulty finding a job. You see, in the world of business competition, you seek a great fortune. In Intolerable Cruelty, Clooney played a ruthless divorce lawyer destroyed by his own ego. In Burn After Reading, he was a nervous wreck with too much paranoia and not enough sense. And in Hail Caesar, he became a clueless Hollywood star trapped in a biblical epic. Joel kept giving him roles that chipped away at the Clooney image, and Clooney leaned into the weirdness. Clooney once said, "The Coens love putting me in situations where I look like a fool. I don't mind. It's always worth it." What made their collaborations work wasn't just trust. It was fearlessness. Clooney never tried to play it cool. He let the Coens tear apart his screen image. That's why Joel kept bringing him back. They didn't make him cool. They made him weird and it worked, Joel said. There's a very small group of actors who don't need to protect themselves. George is one of them. He didn't need to control the frame. He let go. And that's where the magic happened. George Clooney wasn't just a good fit for Coen characters. He was a perfect opposite. The handsome man with terrible judgment, the confident guy constantly in over his head, and Joel kept writing for him because sometimes falling flat on your face is the best way to hit the mark. Number 5, Oscar Isaac. When Joel Coen cast Oscar Isaac in Inside Llewyn Davis, he wasn't looking for a star. He was looking for a question mark. At the time, Isaac wasn't a household name. He'd done solid work, drivvy,